was a fresh start for the country as the then President Mwai Kibaki led the nation at Uhuru Park to promulgate a new constitution on 27th August 2010. A sense of optimism swept across the country as 68.6% of Kenyans at the time overwhelmingly threw their weight behind the Yes campaign in a quest to bring on board the new constitution. But little thought was given to the financial implication that the constitution will have on the taxpayer. Even protests by opponents during the constitution-making process on the expenses that will be incurred in implementing the constitution seemed to fall on deaf ears. Parallel to the existing national government, the constitution paved the way to a devolved governance system. This created new positions, including 47 governors and their deputies, 67 senators, as well as women representatives. Similarly, more than 10 constitutional commissions and independent offices were introduced by the new constitution. Having more people on board was touted to improve service delivery on matters governance, but on the dark side, public coffers have had to grapple with the strain of sustaining the decade-old constitution. According to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, governors pocket a monthly pay of 924,000 shillings, while their deputies receive 621,250 shillings. This means in a month, the exchequer coughs up to 43 million shillings as salaries for governors alone and 29 million shillings for their deputies. In a year, governors and their deputies receive well over 521 million shillings and 350 million shillings respectively as basic salaries alone, exclusive of allowances. Just like the county seconds in command, senators, women representatives and members of and 621,250 shillings a month, allowances notwithstanding. While the Senate has 67 members, the National Assembly has 349 members, an increase of 127 members from the previous 222. In 1 month, all the 67 senators receive a cumulative basic salary of approximately 41 million shillings. In a year, that totals to $500 million shillings. County executives who play the cabinet secretary role at county level and 259,875 shillings each month. A dire public spending has been equally witnessed following the institutionalization of more institutional commissions and independent offices since 2010. Among the commissions introduced or strengthened by the 2010 Constitution include the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, National Land Commission, Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, Parliamentary Service Commission, Judicial Service Commission, and Commission on Revenue Allocation. Others are Public Service Commission, Salaries and Remuneration Commission, Teachers Service Commission, National Police Service Commission, and Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. On the other hand, the independent offices established include Office of the Auditor General, Controller of Budget, and Independent Policing Oversight Authority (IPOA). But constitutional pundits have maintained that the constitution has not been an expensive venture, as perceived, while pointing fingers at runaway plunder of resources in the country instead.
Today, we have about 7.1 trillion in external debt. 7 years, or rather 8 years, we've seen that debt grow like 5-6 times. So, and these are money that is being borrowed and is going to projects that are extra constitutional. We don't know where it is. It is not about, it's not going to devolution. It's not going to support institutions that are outlined in the constitution for the defense of the citizens and for the defense of good governance in this country. No, it is going to, it's basically being stolen. So the call, the saying that the constitution is expensive is a ruse. It's an excuse for people to propagate corruption.
While arguably the constitution has improved governance, the swelling wage bill is an Achilles heel that the government has had to grapple with. Ultimately, the burden has always fallen on Wanjiku amid talks of a constitutional referendum in the coming days. David Muthoka, TV 47.